You are the great decider. When I was 30, I felt compelled to phone my stepfather and ask him why. He gave no explanation for what he'd done, not that I expected one. Though he did say, no one person is responsible for the way you turned out. That statement has popped into my mind many times, as it has again today whilst contemplating my motivation, my intention for wanting and working towards my dreams. I often wonder what's driving actions I have or haven't taken in life. Am I coming from a heart-centered place of love? Or is it driven by unconscious fears and not enoughness to feel love, acceptance and belonging? A sidetrack thought. Do you know that the critical analytical part of our minds don't switch on until around the age of 5, sometimes up to 7? I think of the analytical mind as a newspaper or magazine editor. Until the editor is employed, every article that is submitted gets printed, regardless of the content and errors. As children, we do not question if the mind articles are true. We believe and we act on those beliefs. Our minds are wide open. This process is supposed to ensure we grow up safe and creates our foundational core beliefs and understanding of who we are and how we should behave in the world we live in. Knowing this, it seemed like a reasonable, logical thing to blame my stepfather and my past for my deepest fears, self-love and worth issues, and insecurities and odd behaviours. I don't do that anymore. For a while, I thought his statement was a profound truth. After all, you and I cannot deny that our thinking is a blend of many people we know or have known personally, or read, watched and listened to. His statement did help me on my healing journey until I reached a new layer of awareness and faced into the truth, that it was an easy, comfortable lie to hide behind. Now I do believe there is one person responsible for the way I turn out. Me. I am not responsible for the unspeakable and damaging things that happened to me as a child. Neither are you responsible for any damage done to you as a young person. We are not responsible for everything that happens in our lives as adults either. Many tough things and challenges we face on our journey are not of our making. Nor are we responsible for anyone else's behaviours and thoughts, unless we have young people under our wings. Taking responsibility doesn't mean condoning past or present damaging behaviours or actions, ours or others. Action must be taken. Nor does it mean we have to understand the nuances of our role in bringing about painful events as an adult. It is important to acknowledge we had or have a role. You possibly already know that. Personally, I had to do a lot of work to get clear. I believe I am 100% responsible for cleaning up how I think and behave because of what has or is happening, and I think you are too. Of course, there are some people who I don't think are responsible, whose brains function differently. For most of us, though, I also believe we are 100% responsible for what we think, what we make things mean, what we believe, what we focus on, and what we do, and so ultimately how we feel. If you don't agree with my thoughts, you could choose to see this thought seed as an invitation to ask the questions. If this is not my truth, then what is? What am I personally responsible for? You have the choice. You have the power. You have the power to take ownership of your choices, the power to think it differently, the power to respond rather than react, the power to not give away your power to people and experiences, past or present. Do you know that? I find it strange I didn't, and how so many people still don't. I find it stranger still that there are times when I forget. I trip up, get triggered, and find myself automatically thinking or saying, they or this made me feel a certain way or do a certain thing. No. I made me feel that way. I did that. The good, the bad, and the ugly. I am responsible for how I internalize something and the actions I do or do not take. Do any of us want to be infecting or tainting our relationships, experiences and creativity, our lives now because of what was or is? Do we want to be a powerless victim, a poor me, a martyr? There are benefits, payoffs, if we're honest, and I've learned they're not worth the price. Or do we want to be thriving survivors? Better still, people who are resilient, powerful and thriving. Then for starters, we need to ditch the blame game. It's not about denying what happened or is happening by locking it away or wallpaper pasting over it with pseudo-positivity and or spiritual bypassing. I tried that. Epic fails that led to more suffering for self and others. It's about doing the work, being courageous, standing up and facing into it, diving into it, not out there, inside. Inside first, time and time again. Then it flows into the outside, and the results I've experienced can be truly beautiful and amazing, magical almost. It's not easy. You may need guidance and support at times. I suspect for some, probably many, myself included, it's the work of a lifetime, and it's worth it. I truly believe that if we change our thinking, we change our world. Each change, each win is worth it, because you will reach a tipping point when you truly know, deeply know, you are the source of what opens your heart wider, your happiness, love and joy springs from within. It's not out there. It's all inside of you. It always was. It always is. You are powerful. Your thoughts are powerful. Choose wisely, for you are the great decider.